Hello everyone and welcome inside the Ursprung Gymnasium at the Lou Higgins Center on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University, where it's day 2 of the BW Men's Volleyball Invitational, and the host Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets will get this second day of competition underway as they host the St. Norbert College Green Knights. Taking a look at the starting lineups, first for St. Norbert, who comes in with a record of 1-1. At middle blocker, a 6'8" senior from St. Charles, Illinois, number 4, Jake Batag. On the defensive specialist, a 6-foot freshman from Wisconsin, number 5, Ryan Conway. At middle blocker, a 6'3" freshman from Appleton, Wisconsin, number 6, Cade Nelson. At outside hitter, a 6-foot senior from Oak Creek, Wisconsin, number 10, Josh Hauke. At outside hitter, a 6'1" junior from Kenosha, Wisconsin, number 11, Jake Krieger. At right side hitter, a 6'1" sophomore from Lockport, Illinois, number 18, Owen Knezevich. And at right side hitter, a 6'3" senior from Appleton, Wisconsin. Check that. A 6'1" freshman from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, number 20, Michael Whitney. The Green Knights are led by Coach B.J. Bryant, who is in his 3rd season with the program. Starting it off for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets, the libero, number 5'9" junior from Hilliard Darby High School, number 3, Peyton Reed. At outside hitter, a 6'3" sophomore from Mars, Pennsylvania, number 5, Carson Owens. At middle hitter, a 6'5" junior from Oceanside, California, number 8, Chris Moll. The setter is a 6'2" sophomore from Hamburg, New York, number 9, Evan Herbst. At right side hitter, a 6'2" sophomore from Pennsylvania, number 10, Michael Devlin. At outside hitter, a 6'3" junior from Medina and Walsh Jesuit High School, number 11, Nick Reelman. And at middle hitter, a 6'4" freshman from Powell and Olentangy Liberty High School, number 12, Colby Whiteside. Yellow Jackets are coached by Kyle Mars, who is in his 3rd season with the program, and BW comes in with a perfect record of 3-0 after beating Hiram in the season opener on Thursday evening. They dispatched of Marion and Hilbert in straight sets yesterday on day 1 of the Invitational. The Yellow Jackets will be in their brown uniforms with Baldwin Wallace written across the chest in gold lettering and white trim. The jersey also features white numerals with gold trim and gold and white trim down the sides with the BW lettered logo on the left leg of the shorts. St. Norbert will be in white with green numerals and lettering and gold trim, green trim down the sides of the uniforms, and gold and green trim around the shoulders with the SNC logo on the chest and Green Knights across the back of the jersey. The Green Knights will be going from left to right here in this first set. The Yellow Jackets from right to left. St. Norbert bounced back after a tough start to the season, a 3-set loss to Loras College yesterday. They earned a 4-set victory over Hilbert, 25-22, 22-25, 25-15, and 27-25. And this is their first opportunity to play on the main court here at the Invitational. Moll will check out and Reed will check in for the Yellow Jackets. Reed being the defensive specialist. A different colored jersey. He'll be in the white jersey with brown lettering across the chest and gold numbers on the front and back of the jerseys. Serving it up for St. Norbert is Cade Nelson. Reed receives it up to Herbst, over to Devlin. Devlin hits it off of a block. It goes out of bounds. It's a point for the Yellow Jackets. Nick Reelman will drop back to serve. Tosses it up with the right hand and it's taken up the back row. Tip at the net. kept alive by the Yellow Jackets. Whiteside sends it over on the second hit. St. Norbert plays it. Devlin takes it, passes it to Herbst. Now a hit from Owens, played by St. Norbert, and a hit from the back row. Owen Knezevich with the kill for St. Norbert as it hit off of Evan Herbst and went out of the gymnasium. Jake Krieger will serve for St. Norbert. We're even at 1 here in the first set. Reelman receives it up to Herbst, over to Owens, hits it through a block. It's kept alive by St. Norbert. They'll send it to Hauke, and he hits it out of bounds. It's a point for the Yellow Jackets. Reed will check out. Chris Moll will check back in. And Colby Whiteside will serve for BW. It's played nearly into the rafters by St. Norbert. They'll send it over. Reelman with the dig up to Herbst. Roll shot from Devlin, kept alive by St. Norbert. They'll send it to Hauke. Reelman will play it up to Herbst. Over to Owens on the left side. And out of bounds off of Conway. So point for the Yellow Jackets. They lead it 3-1. Colby Whiteside will stay on serve. It's played up to Batag, and he hits it through a block for our St. Norbert point. Hauke on serve. Reelman will receive it up to Herbst. Moll with a tip at the net. It's kept alive and sent right back over. Herbst with another set. Moll with a strong hit that's sent over on the first hit. Now Devlin hits it through a block, and it's out of bounds. It's a point for the Yellow Jackets. Michael Devlin will serve. Played by the back row. Tip at the net by Hauke. Kept alive by the Yellow Jackets. Reelman will send over a free ball, and it hits the court for a Yellow Jacket point. Landed right in front of Conway, and he couldn't dig it out. So Devlin will stay on serve and hits it into the net. Side out for St. Norbert. And Batag will serve for the Green Knights. Right-handed serve received by Reelman up to Herbst. Over to Owens on the left side. It's blocked at the net. Moll keeps it alive. Reed dives for it, and then nobody else goes for it. And it falls to the court for a Green Knights point. Batag's serve, played by Reelman, up to Owens. Devlin will send it over on a free ball. Big swing from Knezevich, kept alive by the Yellow Jackets. Herbst will set up Owens for the hit. Moll keeps it alive now, and Devlin with a dive sends it underneath the net. So that's a point for St. Norbert, and that'll even things up at 5 here in this first set. Owens receives a serve up to Herbst. Moll with a huge swing that's sent right back over the net on the first try. Owens with a hit now. Played up to Krieger. Yellow Jackets keep it alive. Devlin from the back row has it taken by Batag. Now Knezevich will put it down for the kill and a point. Batag stays on serve. Reelman takes it up to Herbst, over to Owens, and Owens with the kill. That'll even things up at 6 apiece here in this first set. Owens with the right-handed serve. Played up close to the net, and it's put down for the kill by Cade Nelson. Aiden Kim sent to the scorer's table to check in, and he'll relieve Carson Owens. Eddie Pacula, a 5'10 senior setter from Ventura, California, checked in to serve. Yellow Jackets send it over on the third hit. Krieger puts it down for the point for St. Norbert. Pacula with the jumping right-handed serve, received by Reed, sent all the way over. Big hit attempt, blocked by the Yellow Jackets. Now Reelman sends it over. Tip by Nelson, played by the Yellow Jackets. Devlin with a big swing. St. Norbert keeps it alive, sends over a free ball. Reed plays it close to the net. It's tipped over by Herbst. Now to Knizovic on the outside, and he puts it down for the kill. Pacula stays on serve. Received by Reelman up to Herbst, over to Mole, and Mole puts it down for the Yellow Jacket point. Colby Whiteside will check back in. Peyton Reed will check out. Chris Mole will go on serve with the Yellow Jackets trailing 9-7 here in this first set. Mole's serve is an ace as it goes off of Krieger out of bounds. And cannot be played by the Green Knights. And it gives the Yellow Jackets an opportunity to tie it up here. Well, serve is another ace as Hauke has trouble receiving it. Tried to take it with both hands. It wasn't able to elevate it. It's a point for the Yellow Jackets. Mole with a quick right-handed serve, and he sends it into the net. Point for the Green Knights. Peyton Reed comes back in. Chris Mole checks back out. 2 service aces and a service error for the junior of El Camino High School. Knizovic on serve. It's dug out by Kim. Big swing by Whiteside, and that'll even the score at 10 as he gets the kill. Herbst on serve. And it's put down for the St. Norbert point by Nelson. Batag checks back in. All 6'8" of him. And that is something the Yellow Jackets will have to contend with. They're at a disadvantage up front, size-wise. Left-handed serve played by the Yellow Jackets. And Michael Devlin found out the hard way as he hits into a block from Batag. It's put down for a St. Norbert point. Boston Peck, 5'10 sophomore on serve. It's received by Reelman, over to Kim. Kim puts it over the net. Tip at the net is kept alive briefly by St. Norbert, but 3 hits into the net equal a Yellow Jacket point. Carson Owens will check in. Aiden Kim will check out. Reelman goes back on serve with a chance to tie the score in this first set. And it's played near to the net, and it's going to be a point for St. Norbert. The Yellow Jackets committed an infraction at the net. So St. Norbert goes in front 13-11 now. Krieger on serve. It's received by Reelman up to Herbst. Over to Devlin. Devlin with a big right-handed swing, but Tog tips it over. Another tip at the net, this one from Michael Whitney, and he puts it down for the point. And with that, the Yellow Jackets will call a timeout. Down 14-11 here in the first set. With this breaking the action, I want to remind you that today's Yellow Jacket men's volleyball match is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine, proud medical provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. And Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's match is also being brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, the home of the Monday Night Athletics Roadshow. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Thank you for all of your support of BW Athletics and its student athletes. Out of the timeout, Herbst, Owens, Whiteside, Rielman, Reed, and Devlin on the floor for the Yellow Jackets. On the floor for the Knights, Batag, Hauke, Krieger, Whitney, Conway, and Knisevich. And it'll be Krieger staying on serve. It's played by Owens. Up to Herbst. Back to Owens. Hits it. It's blocked at the net. Yellow Jackets keep it alive. Owens roll shots it over. It's diving attempt to keep it alive by Knisevich. Whitney will tip it over for St. Norbert. Herbst set up Devlin, and Devlin's roll shot hits into the net. Point for the Green Knights. Krieger stays on serve. It's received by Reed up to Herbst. Whiteside with a big swing and a kill for the Yellow Jackets. Herbst picks up the assist. Reed will check out. Mole will check back in. Whiteside goes on serve with the Yellow Jackets down by 3, 15-12. Whiteside serve sails into the St. Norbert bench to side out for the Green Knights. They lead at 16-12 here in this first set. Hauke on serve. It's received by Reed. Up to Herbst. Over to Mole. St. Norbert handles. Mole's hit. Now Knisevich will send it over. Reed with the dig. Herbst with the set. Devlin with the hit and a kill. Now Michael Devlin will go on serve for the Yellow Jackets. He chops at the ball 3 times, gives it a spin from the left to the right hand, fires it up and fires it over. It's played up to Whitney, back row attack, handled by Rielman, up to Herbst, over to Owens. Owens hits it off to Libero. It's kept alive by Knisevich. Will be sent over by Krieger. Herbst with the set. Devlin with a big hit, and Devlin hit it into the net for a St. Norbert point. Batag will drop back and serve for St. Norbert. And it's an ace as Carson Owens has trouble on the reception and sends it into the Yellow Jacket bench. We have another timeout on the floor by the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. They trail at 18-13 here in this first set. And while we have this opportunity, I want to remind you that today's Yellow Jacket men's volleyball match is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine, proud medical provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. And Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's match is also being brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, the home of the Monday Night Athletics Roadshow. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Thank you for all of your support of BW Athletics and its student athletes. Batag will stay on serve for St. Norbert. Jumping right-handed serve received by Reelman, up to Herbst, over to Mole. Mole with a tip over, handled by St. Norbert, and Whitney will get the kill on a tip. As he put it right down in front of Reelman, it was just enough out of his reach that he couldn't get to it. Tog with the serve, and it's out. Yellow Jackets with an opportunity to cut into the deficit here. They trail by 5, 19-14. Aiden Kim will check in. He'll relieve Carson Owens, and Aiden Kim will serve for the Yellow Jackets. Played up to Whitney. Big swing at net handled by the Yellow Jackets. Herbst sets it up for Devlin. Devlin has it blocked. He'll keep it alive. It's a point for St. Norbert as the Yellow Jackets were ruled to have 4 hits. And Eddie Pakula has checked back in to go on serve. Kula with the jumping right-hander, sends it out of bounds to point for the Yellow Jackets. BW trails 20-15 here in this first set, and Chris Mole will go back on serve. In his first rotation, Mole had 2 service aces and 1 service error. And St. Norbert will put that down for a point as Kate Nelson will get the kill. Owen Kanisevic on serve, and he got way too much of that one and sent it out of bounds. Side out for the Yellow Jackets. Evan Herbst will go on serve. It's played up to Pakula. Big swing with the right hand from Hauke, but he sends it out of bounds to point for the Yellow Jackets. Herb stays on serve with the Yellow Jackets down by 4, 21-17. It's played up to Pakula. Big swing from Nelson, and it's a kill as it goes off of the Yellow Jackets out of bounds. Batag checks back in, as does Boston Peck. And Peck will go on serve. He chops at it 4 times with the left hand, and then the southpaw sends it over. Reed with the reception up to Herbst, over to Whiteside. Whiteside puts it off of Peck. It's kept alive by St. Norbert. Back row attack. Sent out of bounds by Kanisevic. Point for the Yellow Jackets. Nick Reelman will go back on serve. Aiden Kim will check out. Carson Owens will check back in. Reelman serve. Sent up to Krieger. Herbst will play it. Reed will set it up for Owens, and Owens has his shot handled by St. Norbert. Tip at the net, kept alive by Whiteside. Herbst comes up with the set. Devlin with a big swing, and he smokes it out of bounds for the St. Norbert point. Whitney about to check back in. He'll relieve Pakula. And Krieger will go on serve. with St. Norbert leading 23-18 here in the first set. Jumping right-handed serve, received by Reed, up to Earps. Whiteside has a shot blocked. It's kept alive by the Yellow Jackets. Devlin tries at the right side, dug out. Whitney will set, plays it close to the net, and it's a point for St. Norbert. They're going to say Devlin was the last to hit the ball before it went out of bounds. Very close play at the net. Could have gone either way. Kyle Mars, BW's head coach, asked for some clarification, and after a very brief conversation, walks back to the bench. Set point for St. Norbert with Krieger on serve, and he sends it out of bounds. It's a side out for the Yellow Jackets. Colby Whiteside will serve, trying to extend the set. Received by Kanisevic up to Whitney. Over to Hauke. The Yellow Jackets handle it. Devlin with a big swing, and it's blocked out of bounds by St. Norbert. Point for the Yellow Jackets. And with that, we have a timeout on the floor by St. Norbert. With this break in the action, I want to remind you that today's Yellow Jacket men's volleyball match is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine, proud medical provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. And Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's match is also being brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, the home of the Monday Night Athletics Roadshow. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Thank you for all of your support of BW Athletics and its student athletes. Out of the timeout, it's Devlin, Mole, Herbst, Owens, Reelman, and Whiteside on the court for the Yellow Jackets. And for St. Norbert, it's Whitney, Hauke, Krieger, Conway, Batag, and Kanisevic. Whiteside on serve. Set point for St. Norbert. It goes right back over the net. The Yellow Jackets keep it alive at a tip on the net. Owens sends it over. It's played. Whitney with the tip, and that's set point for St. Norbert. They claim the first set, 25-20. We're going to step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll have second set action between the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets and the St. Norbert Green Knights. You're listening to watching the BW Men's Volleyball Invitational on BWYellowJackets.com. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ursprung Gymnasium inside the Lou Higgins Center on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University, where it's day 2 action from the BW Men's Volleyball Invitational. And starting things off on this final day of competition, the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets facing off against St. Norbert College, and St. Norbert with a 1-0 lead after taking the first set 25-20. On the floor for the Green Knights will be Batag, Whitney, Kanisevic, Krieger, Hauke, and Nelson. On the floor for the Yellow Jackets, it's Whiteside, Herbst, Reelman, Devlin, Mole, and Michael Beard, who is checking in for his first action today. Reed will check in, and Mole will take a seat. Coach Mars doing a lot of minutes managing. Yesterday, in the Yellow Jackets' second match, he was very careful not to use too many of the same players that played in the first match, and looks like he's doing the same today. Yellow Jackets on serve, and the Yellow Jackets will get a block as Colby Whiteside and Michael Beard combine for the block to give the Yellow Jackets a 1-0 lead here in this second set. Herbst stays on serve. Yellow Jackets going from left to right. St. Norbert right to left. It's each sent over on one hit on the reception and then on the follow-up by the Yellow Jackets, and Reelman gets it to drop right in front of a St. Norbert player. It's a point for the Yellow Jackets. They lead it 2-0. Herbst on serve, hits it right into the net, and St. Norbert gets the side out. Krieger will start on serve. Played by Beard, up to Herbst, over to Devlin. He sends it over on a free ball. Whitney with the set. Batag with a hit that's handled at the net by the Yellow Jackets. Beard with a big swing, and he puts it down for the kill. Conway was there, but there was not much he could do when Beard put it down with authority. And Michael Beard will go on serve for the first time today. Takes a deep breath, gives the ball a roll on his left hip, and fires it over with the right hand. Whitney keeps it alive, and a diving attempt by Hauke does not make it over the net. It's a point for the Yellow Jackets. Beard gives it a toss up in the air, hits off the top of the net. It's played up to Whitney, over to Krieger. Krieger has it blocked, but it's out of bounds. It's a point for St. Norbert.
Correction, point for Baldwin Wallace.
Correction. After a brief conference from the officials, we have a score change. Point goes to Baldwin Wallace. They leave it 5-1, and Beard still on serve. Kanisevic with the reception up to Whitney. Batag with the big hit and the kill for the Green Knights point. Hauke with the jumping right-hander, received by Reed, up to Herbst, over to Devlin, and he hits it off a deflection out of bounds. It's a point for the Yellow Jackets. And after watching his team struggle to a 6-2 deficit here in the early going of set 2, Coach B.J. Bryant burns the first of his 2 timeouts. And with this break in the action, I want to remind you that today's Yellow Jacket men's volleyball match is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine, proud medical provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. And Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's match is also being brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, the home of the Monday Night Athletics Roadshow. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Thank you for all of your support of BW Athletics and its student athletes. Out of the St. Norbert timeout, the Yellow Jackets will send Mole, Beard, Devlin, Reelman, Herbst, and Whiteside onto the court. Whiteside will be on serve. St. Norbert counters with Batag, Whitney, Knisevich, Krieger, Hauke, and Conway. Whiteside with the jumping right-hander. Played up to Whitney. Knisevich hits it through a block out of bounds. It's a point for St. Norbert. Cade Nelson comes into the lineup. Conway goes out, and Batag will go on serve. And he sails it out of bounds for a Yellow Jacket point on the side out. Michael Devlin will go on serve now. Gives the ball 3 chops, spins from his left to his right hand, fires it up, and hits it into the net for a St. Norbert point. Whitney will check out. Pakula will check in and go on serve. Gives the ball 3 spins before he flips it up in the air and sends it over. Reelman with the reception. Over to Reed. Devlin sends it over on a free ball after a collision with Reed. It'll be set up for Krieger. Beard will dig it out. Up to Herbst. Over to Devlin. It's played over and handled by St. Norbert. Pakula with the set. Knisevich with the hit. It's blocked, but it's blocked out of bounds. It's a point for St. Norbert. Pakula with a short serve, and Beard can't dig it out. It's an ace. Pakula stays on serve with a chance to tie things up here. 7-6 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Reelman with the reception. Up to Herbst. Quick hit from Mole, and he puts it down for the kill. Aiden Kim will check in. Nick Reelman will check out, and Aiden Kim will go on serve. Kim tosses it up, hits it over with the right hand, and it's an ace as Hauke receives it, but nobody else touches it for the Green Knights. Point for the Yellow Jackets. Kim's serve, played up to Pakula, over to Knisevich. It's handled by Reed, up to Herbst, over to Beard. Beard hits it off the top of the net, kept alive by Krieger. Pakula over to Knisevich, and it's played up by Kim. Over to Devlin, now to Beard on the left side. It's handled by the back row for St. Norbert. Krieger with a tip at the net, played up by Devlin, over to Beard, back to Devlin, and Devlin hits it out of bounds off of St. Norbert. It's a Yellow Jacket point. Beard picked up the assist on that point. And Kim will serve for the Yellow Jackets. It's played by Hauke, up to Pakula, over to Krieger. Krieger tips it at the net. Beard with the pass to Herbst. Devlin with a big swing, and Devlin smokes it out of bounds for the St. Norbert point. Knisevich on serve. Jumping right-hander played by Reed, up to Herbst, over to Beard on the left side. It's sent back over by the Yellow Jackets. Erbst tips it at the net, kept alive by Pakula. Over to Conway, now to Krieger. Dive by Kim, sends it right back over the net. Pakula with the set, big swing and a point for St. Norbert. That's Cade Nelson coming up with the kill. Knezovic on serve for St. Norbert. Flips it up with the right hand, sends it over. Beard on the reception, it goes over the net. Tip at the net is blocked by Erbst, and it's a point for the Yellow Jackets as St. Norbert can't get the ball over on 3 hits. Whiteside checks in for the Yellow Jackets. Reed will check out. Mole on serve. And that's going to be kept alive. Pakula will send it over, but the official on the sideline says, not so fast, you were out of bounds with that hit. Point for the Yellow Jackets. Chris Mole stays on serve. And it's out of bounds. Side out, St. Norbert. Batag checks back in. Nelson checks out. And Boston Peck also checks in to relieve Conway. Peck goes on serve. Southpaw sends it over. Beard receives it up to Erbst. Over to Beard. And second hit was a tip over the net for St. Norbert. The Yellow Jackets play over a free ball. It's blocked by Batag. Beard keeps it alive. Beard with the big swing. It's kept alive. Knezovic passes to the front. It's tipped over and handled by Beard. Up to Erbst. Over to Devlin. Devlin has it blocked. Whiteside with a dive. Keeps it alive. Over to Beard on the left side. And Beard hits it through a block for a Yellow Jacket point. Evan Erbst will drop back to serve now for the Yellow Jackets. BW with a 13-9 edge here in this second set. They're down 1-0. It's played close to the net by Bakula and sent off of a block out of bounds by Batag for the kill. Krieger will go on serve. Whitney and Conway return to the lineup for St. Norbert. Krieger's serve received by Beard. He hits it straight back. Kim keeps it alive off the basketball hoop. Beard sends it over on a free ball on the third hit. Big swing from Batag, and it's blocked down. But the Yellow Jackets are called for an infraction. It's a point for St. Norbert. They thought they had a good block on Batag. The official in the stand thought differently. Krieger on the serve. Beard with the reception up to Erbst, over to Whiteside. Dive to keep it alive by Knezovic. It's sent over to Krieger. He'll send it over on a free ball. Dug out by Kim. Up to Erbst. Over to Beard. Beard puts it down out of bounds, but off of a deflection from St. Norbert. Point for the Yellow Jackets. Michael Beard goes back on serve for BW. And he sends it out of bounds. Side out for St. Norbert. Caden Cornus, a 6'1" freshman outside hitter from Appleton, Wisconsin, checks in. And he'll go on serve. It's played by Reed. Up to Erbst. Back row attack from Beard. He hits it through a block, and it goes out of bounds. We're going to say, though, that it's a point for St. Norbert. So that puts the St. Norbert in an opportunity to tie the score here. They trail 14-13 on serve. It's received by Reed. Up to Erbst. Quick hit by Whiteside, and he sends it out of bounds. Good idea to change the direction of the ball, but sent it a little bit too wide. Cornus with the serve, played by Reed, up to Herbst, over to Devlin, and Devlin puts it down with authority to give the Yellow Jackets a 15-14 advantage. Mole checks back in, Reed checks out for BW, Whiteside goes on serve. Played up to Whitney, big swing by Knezevich, and he hits it out of bounds off of a block attempt to point for St. Norbert. We're even at 15 here in the second set, and Batag will go on serve. Flips it up with the right hand, and it goes underneath the net. He did not put a lot behind it, and he's got a smile on his face because he's getting a fair bit of ribbing from his teammates. Yellow Jackets in front, 16-15. Devlin on serve. Sent up to Whitney. Big hit from Knezevich is blocked at the net. Evan Herbst with the block. It cannot be played back over by St. Norbert. Point for the Yellow Jackets. Michael Devlin on serve. And it's received by Krieger, up to Whitney, over to Knezevich, and he hits it out of bounds. St. Norbert thought it was tipped out of bounds by BW. The officials thought otherwise. Coach B.J. Bryant has his pleas go unheard as the Yellow Jackets will stay on serve with Devlin. It's played right back over on the reception. Reed passes it up to Herbst. Big swing from Devlin, and it's out of bounds off of St. Norbert. Point for the Yellow Jackets. And with that, Coach Bryant has seen enough. It is a timeout on the floor by St. Norbert, and with that break, I want to remind you that today's Yellow Jacket men's volleyball match is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine, proud medical provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. And Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's match is also being brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Signs, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, the home of the Monday Night Athletics Roadshow. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Thank you for all of your support of BW Athletics and its student athletes. Devlin, Beard, Reed, Herbst, Reelman, and Mole on the floor for the Yellow Jackets out of the timeout. Devlin will be on serve, and he hits it into the net. St. Norbert responded with Whitney, Nelson, Knezevich, Krieger, Conway, and Cornus. And after that point for St. Norbert, Pakula will check in for Whitney and go on serve. Pakula's serve. Played by Beard, up to Herbst, over to Reelman. He gets blocked. It's kept alive by a diving Reed. Now Reelman has another shot blocked that's kept alive. And Mole will tip it over. Pakula with a dive to his left keeps it alive. Krieger with a tip at the net. Herbst there to pick it up for the Yellow Jackets. Reelman with a tip. Through a block. It's down for the Yellow Jacket point. And they take a 4-point advantage here in this second set, 20-16. Reelman checks out. Aiden Kim returns for the Yellow Jackets and will go on serve. It's played up to Pakula. Big swing from Knezevich. Almost kept alive as it deflected off of both Reed and Kim, but Devlin could not get there with the dive. It's a point for St. Norbert. Knezovich goes back on serve. Conway returns. Cornus out for St. Norbert. Jumping right-hander, received by Reed. Up to Herbst, over to Beard, tipped, and it's blocked out of bounds by St. Norbert. It's a point for the Yellow Jackets. Carson Owens checks back in, as does Colby Whiteside. Chris Moll and Peyton Reed will take breaks for the Yellow Jackets. Owens a serve, received and set up for a big swing from Nelson, and he puts it down for the kill. Carson Owens checks out. Peyton Reed comes back into the lineup. Nelson checks out for the Green Knights. Boston Peck back for St. Norbert. And a left-handed hitter. Sends it over the net. Beard receives it up to Herbst. Back to Beard on the left side. He sends it into the court. And then St. Norbert will send it out as Hauke got a little bit too much underneath the ball and sent it out of bounds. Nelson and Peck check out for St. Norbert. Evan Herbst goes on serve. It's played up to Pakula. Tip at the net by Batag. Kept alive by the Yellow Jackets. Whiteside with a big swing and a hit, and it's out of bounds off of St. Norbert. Point for the Yellow Jackets. Herbst on serve, received by Knezovich. Krieger with the big hit, out of bounds off of Peyton Reed. Kill for St. Norbert. And they're trying to cut into this deficit. They're down 23-19 here in the second set. And it's an ace as the Yellow Jackets let it go. Beard and Kim look at each other, and neither one went for it, and that ball hit the line. Point for St. Norbert off of Krieger's ace. And Krieger puts the second serve on that rotation into the net. Side out Yellow Jackets. They go on set point, leading 24-20. Michael Beard on serve. Devlin back in for the Yellow Jackets. Kim will check out. Beard crushes it for the ace. And the set point, we're even at one set apiece. St. Norbert, after taking the first set, 25-20, comes up on the wrong side of the 25-20 score this time. We're going to step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll have third set action for you between the St. Norbert Green Knights and the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets right here on BWYellowJackets.com. Welcome back to Ursprung Gymnasium inside the Lou Higgins Center on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University. Matt Florjancic along for the call of today's match between the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets and the St. Norbert Green Knights on this second and final day of the BW Men's Volleyball Invitational. Out of the in-between set break, the Yellow Jackets send out Devlin, Whiteside, Beard, Herbst, Mole, and Reelman. Mole will be subbed out for Peyton Reed. On the floor for St. Norbert, it'll be Nelson, Knezevich, Krieger, Conway, Cornus, and Pakula. And Pakula will start on serve for St. Norbert. Jumping right-handed serve is sent out of bounds for the Yellow Jacket side out. Michael Beard will start on serve for the Yellow Jackets. His ace even things up at one set apiece. And he gets another one to start this second set. That'll give the Yellow Jackets a 2-0 lead. Beard flips it up with the right hand, sends it over. It's received by Krieger. Up to Pakula. Big swing by Nelson. Has it blocked down for a point by Colby Whiteside. Beard with the hit over the net. And it's kept alive. Krieger sends it over on a free ball. Beard with a diving dig. Sets up Whiteside for a hit. It's played by St. Norbert. Up to Krieger. Tip is played by Reelman. Up to Herbst. Over to Devlin on the right side. Kept alive by Pakula. Over to Conway. Now to Knezevich. Has it blocked. Devlin tips it at the net. And it's sent out of bounds by St. Norbert for the Yellow Jacket point. Michael Beard will stay on serve for the Yellow Jackets. Played by Conway. Up to Pakula. Over to Knezevich, and he hits it down for the kill. Herbst couldn't get a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds off of his deflection. Knezevich goes on serve now for St. Norbert. They trail the Yellow Jackets 4-1 here in the third set, rather. And Knezevich sends it out of bounds. He didn't miss it by much, but it was enough to give the Yellow Jackets a point. Reed will check out. Chris Mole checks back in. And Colby Whiteside will go on serve for the Yellow Jackets. He'll chop down at the ball 3 times, give it a spin, send it over with the right hand. Conway with the second hit. Carnouse sends it over on the third. Devlin with a big swing, and Devlin with a kill off of the assist from Evan Herbst. Colby Whiteside stays on serve for the Yellow Jackets as they lead it 6-1 here in this third set. And it is an ace as it was headed out of bounds, and one of the Green Knights inexplicably got too close to it and walked it out of bounds off of their shin. That's a point for the Yellow Jackets. Whiteside serves it over. Carnouse plays it up. Now Krieger sends it over. It sends it out of bounds. It's a point for the Yellow Jackets. They're up 8-1 early in this third set. And coach has seen enough and calls a timeout with this break in the action. I want to remind you that today's Yellow Jacket men's volleyball match is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine, proud medical provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. And Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's match is also being brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leader since 1893. Chuck Ratuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, the home of the Monday Night Athletics Roadshow. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Thank you for all of your support of BW Athletics and its student athletes. Out of the St. Norbert timeout, the Yellow Jackets send out Reelman, Herbst, Mole, Beard, Devlin, and Whiteside, who stays on serve. St. Norbert will respond with Pakula, Nelson, Krieger, Knezevich, Conway, and Cornus. Whiteside gives the ball 3 chops down with the right hand and a spin before sending it over. Cornus plays it right over. Mole sends it right back. It's dug out by Knezevich. Over to Cornus. He has it blocked at the net. Pakula sets it up for Cornus again. His tip over is played by Reelman. Over to Herbst. Back row attack from Beard. It's blocked at the net. Mole keeps it alive. Whiteside sends it over. It's played up to Pakula. Big swing by Nelson. Sent back over by Whiteside for the Yellow Jackets. Pakula sets up a big hit by Krieger. Dug out by Whiteside. Tip over the net by Devlin. Kept alive by St. Norbert. Krieger with a hit. And Krieger sends it out of bounds. It's a Yellow Jacket point. Good rally by both teams. BW fortunate to get the point there, and they lead it 9-1 here in this third set. Whiteside serve received by Cornus. Up to Pakula, and then Cornus takes out some frustrations of early set struggles and puts down the kill for St. Norbert. Batag back into the match for St. Norbert. Krieger will check out. And Nelson will be on serve. Received by Reelman, up to Herbst, over to Mole, and Mole will get the kill. Michael Devlin will go on serve for the Yellow Jackets. Looking to build on a 10-2 advantage. It's played by Cornus up to Pakula, over to Batag, and he skies up and puts the ball down with authority for the kill. Pakula checks out. Whitney checks back in. Krieger back, and he'll relieve Morgan Wilson, who checked in briefly. Krieger will go on serve. Hits it off the top of the net. Beard plays it up to Herbst. Over to Devlin. Devlin with the right hand sends it over. It's blocked at the net. Chris Mole puts it down over Batag. It's a point for the Yellow Jackets. Aiden Kim will check in. Reelman will check out. Kim will go on serve. Off the top of the net, it's played by St. Norbert over to Cornus. And Devlin with the first hit. Reed hustles after it to keep it alive. Devlin sends it over on the third hit. Batag with a tip, and it's a dive by Kim that can't keep it alive. It's a point for St. Norbert. Hauke back on for St. Norbert, and he'll go on serve. It's received by Reed, dive by Kim, can't keep it alive. It's an ace for St. Norbert. Hauke with the serve, and he crushes it out of bounds. Side out for the Yellow Jackets. Mole and Reed will head to the bench. Owens and Whiteside back for the Yellow Jackets, and it'll be Carson Owens going on serve. He chops at it 3 times, gives it 3 dribbles, gives it a spin in the left hand, fires it up with the left, hits it with the right, and it's played up to Knezevich, who sends it out of bounds for the Yellow Jacket point. Carson Owens with the serve, into the net, point for St. Norbert. Boston Peck and Michael Whitney return for St. Norbert. Conway and Batag check out, and it'll be Peck who goes on serve. The southpaw sends it over. It's received by Reed, up to Herbst, over to Beard, and Beard puts it down for the kill. Evan Herbst goes on serve. It's played up to Whitney. He has his tip blocked by the net, and it falls down on St. Norbert's side of the court. Point for the Yellow Jackets. Evan Herbst stays on serve. And it's an ace as Hauke let it go over his head thinking it was going out of bounds, and it stayed on the right side of the line for the Yellow Jackets. And we have a timeout on the floor by St. Norbert, down 15-6. Coach B.J. Bryan elects to use his final timeout of the set. And while we have this break, want to remind you that today's Yellow Jacket men's volleyball match is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine, proud medical provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. And Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's match is also being brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, the home of the Monday Night Athletics Roadshow. Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Thank you for all of your support of BW Athletics and its student athletes. On the floor out of the timeout, St. Norbert sends Whitney, Nelson, Krieger, Knezevich, Peck, and Hauke. The Yellow Jackets respond with Whiteside, Devlin, Beard, Kim, Reed, and Herbst, who will be on serve. It's received by Krieger, up to Whitney, over to Knezevich. It's played by Reed, up to Herbst, over to Devlin. He smashes it off of Krieger, out of bounds. Point for the Yellow Jackets. Evan Herbst stays on serve. It's played by Krieger, up to Whitney. Quick hit by Nelson. It's down through a block for a point. Pakula checks in for Whitney. Morgan will check in for Krieger. And Pakula will go on serve. It's received by Kim, up to Herbst. Whiteside with a hit, kept alive by Peck. Back row attack from Hauke, and it's down on the line for a St. Norbert point. Pakula stays on serve. Played by Kim, up to Herbst, over to Devlin. He hits it through a block. Peck keeps it alive, up to Pakula, over to Knezevich. He has it blocked down, but it's blocked out of bounds. It's a point for St. Norbert. Pakula stays on serve. It's received by Reed, up to Herbst, over to Devlin, and Devlin hits it out of bounds. Pakula switched things up there, went with a shorter approach. Call it an off-speed serve, if you will. Now he hits it hard, and he hits it into the net. It's a point for the Yellow Jackets, and Michael Beard will go on serve. Kim will check out. Nick Reelman will check back in for the Yellow Jackets. Beard serve played by Peck. And now it's blocked down for a point off the hit from Knizovic. The Yellow Jackets will put it down. Whiteside and Reelman taking care of business at the net to give the Yellow Jackets an 18-10 lead over St. Norbert here in this third set. Beard tosses it up with the right hand, and it hits high in the air off of Hauke. It's kept alive and sent over on a free ball by Nelson. Erbst with the set. Beard with a shot. Soft shot gets over. St. Norbert keeps it alive. Erbst with the set. Reelman hits it through a block. It's down for the kill. Beard stays on serve with the Yellow Jackets in front by 9. And it's an ace as it goes out of bounds off of Knizovic. Beard's serve crashes into the net and falls down on the Yellow Jacket side of the court. It's a side out for St. Norbert. Batag back for St. Norbert. And Knizovic will serve it up. It's taken by Reelman up to Erbst. Over to Devlin, and he smashes it down for the kill off of Pakula's hands. That gives the Yellow Jackets a 10-point advantage here in this third set. Whiteside on serve. Gets the signal from the official. Chops down at the ball 3 times with the right hand. Gives it a spin. And flips it up and over off the top of the net. It's played up to Pakula. Over to Nelson. Erbst keeps it alive. Reelman hustles after it. Erbst will send over a free ball. Knizovic up to Pakula. Back row attack from Batag. And it's a point for the Yellow Jackets as Batag, his hit did not make it over the net completely, and then he hit it again. He was ruled to have hit it twice, and he had some words for the officials, and now he and one of his teammates are getting a little bit of an address from the officials to tell him more than likely to knock off that kind of behavior. Whiteside with the serve, and it's an ace as Hauke has all sorts of trouble receiving that ball. It'll give the Yellow Jackets a 12-point edge here in this third set. Whiteside stays on serve, and it's played really close to the net. Pakula with an illegal hit, and that'll put the Yellow Jackets on set point with Whiteside still on serve. Getting some encouragement from the Yellow Jacket bench. He flips it up and hits it over with the right hand. And it's set point for the Yellow Jackets. They take the third set by a 25-11 count. They're up 2-1 now heading into the fourth. Yellow Jackets could close out this match here if they win the fourth set. We're going to step aside for a break, and when we come back, we'll have fourth set action for you here from Ursprung Gymnasium inside the Lou Higgins Center on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ursprung Gymnasium on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University. Matt Florchancic along for the call of day 2 of the BW Men's Volleyball Invitational. The Yellow Jackets with a 2-1 lead over St. Norbert after closing out that third set by a 25-11 count. After the break in between sets, St. Norbert will send out Pakula, Morgan, Knezevich, Whitney, Cornus, and seeing his first action today, a 6'2" freshman middle blocker from Chicago, number 14, Nikola Zlatkovic. And now Zlatkovic will check out, and looks like Conway will check in. And he'll relieve Jackson Wolterstorff, who was also seeing his first action. The Yellow Jackets will counter with Whiteside, Beard, Devlin, Reed, Reelman, and Herbst. Herbst will start this fourth set on serve. It's received by Conway, up to Pakula. Big swing by Knezevich, is blocked at the net by the Yellow Jackets. It's kept alive and sent over on a free ball by St. Norbert. Beard with a right-handed hit. It's played by the back row, and nobody can get a second hit on it. It's a point for the Yellow Jackets. Herbst will stay on serve. Herbst with a jumping right-hander, played by Knezevich. Up to Pakula, back to Knezevich. Has it blocked down. It's off of his head, out of bounds. Point for the Yellow Jackets. That was destined for a St. Norbert point, and now it will be awarded a St. Norbert point. The official in the stand felt that the Yellow Jackets did something illegal, and that results in a St. Norbert point. We're even at 1 here in this fourth set. Knezevich will go on serve with a chance to put St. Norbert in front. For the first time in a long time, they played from behind that entire third set. Reelman with the reception, over to Herbst, not a Devlin. He hits it with the right hand. It's kept alive by Knezevich. Pakula tracks it down. It's sent over by Morgan. Kept alive by the Yellow Jackets. Now back row attack from Reelman. Knezevich passes it up to Pakula, over to Cornus. He hits it through a block, and it's a point for the Green Knights. Knezevich stays on serve for St. Norbert. It's received by Reelman, and it's out of bounds after crossing over the net. Point for the Green Knights off the ace. Knezevich on serve. Sends it over. Reelman plays it close to the net. Herbst with a set. Whiteside with the finish. The freshman skies above the net and puts it down with the right hand. Michael Beard will go on serve for the Yellow Jackets. And he smashes it with the right hand. It's played up to Pakula. Big swing from Knezevich in the back row, and it goes into the net. Point for the Yellow Jackets. Beard will once again stay on serve. Flips it up with the right hand, and it's played by Conway. Up to Pakula. Cornus with a tip, and it's down for the St. Norbert point. Wolterstorff has checked back into the match for St. Norbert. And on serve, it'll be Wilson, Morgan Wilson, and it's an ace for Morgan Wilson. St. Norbert in front, 5-3. Wilson with the serve. Herbst tips it up to Whiteside, and Whiteside sends it over. Knezevich over to Whitney. Whitney has it blocked. It's down for a Yellow Jacket point. And Colby Whiteside will go on serve with a chance to even things up. Peyton Reed will check out. Chris Mole will check back in for the Yellow Jackets. Whiteside skims the net, and Pakula tries to keep it alive. The referee lets it go, and Devlin hits it through a block. Probably should have been a point for the Yellow Jackets about 2 hits earlier, but nonetheless, BW gets the set tying point and evens things up at 5. Whiteside hits it into the net, and that'll give the advantage back to St. Norbert. Michael Whitney will serve. Pakula checks out. Earps with the set. Mole with a hit. Through a block, and it's down for a Yellow Jacket point. Checking in before that last point for St. Norbert at 5'10" junior from Peru, J.P. Linares Vizcarra. Michael Devlin on serve for the Yellow Jackets. And it's played up to Whitney. Over to Wolterstorff, kept alive by the Yellow Jackets. Beard with a back row attack, puts it down for the kill. Herbst picks up the assist. And Devlin will stay on serve, looking to build off a 1-point lead, 7-6. Jackets in front here in this 4th set. Knezevich sends it up to Whitney. Cornus with a tip at the net, controlled by the Yellow Jackets. Reed sets it up for Reelman. It's blocked down. Reelman and Reed with dives keep it alive, and Beard sends it over. Conway sets it up for Cornus. It's kept alive by Beard. Up to Herbst, over to Devlin, and Devlin's hit gets sent into the net by Knezevich. It's a point for the Yellow Jackets. Devlin stays on serve. Jumping right-hander, skims the top of the net. Played by Conway, up to Whitney. Back row attack from Knezevich, kept alive by Herbst. Over to Reelman. And Conway digs it out. Up to Whitney, back to Knezevich, through a block. Reed keeps it alive, tipped over by Reelman. Cornus with a hit, through a block. Reed sets it up for Herbst. Over to Mole, and Mole puts it down for the Yellow Jacket kill. BW surging ahead, 9-6 now. Devlin stays on serve. Flips it up with the right hand and sends it out of bounds. Side out for the Green Knights. Cornus will serve it up for St. Norbert. And it's played by Beard, up to Herbst, over to Reelman. Reelman smokes it out of bounds for a St. Norbert point. Beard receives the serve, up to Herbst, over to Reelman. It's dug out by Cornus. It's sent over on a free ball by Knezevich. Beard has it go right through his hands and can't keep it alive for the Yellow Jackets. That'll even things up at 9 here in this 4th set. Beard looking down in his hands like, how did that happen? I don't know if you're going to get an answer on that one, Michael. Herbst with the set, Mole with a tip at the net. And it is sent over by Knezevich through a block. It's a point for St. Norbert. They go ahead now 10-9. 4 straight points for St. Norbert. Reelman receives it up to Herbst, over to Reelman. Hits it through a block. Herbst keeps it alive. Beard sets it for Reelman, and it's out of bounds off of St. Norbert. It's a point for the Yellow Jackets. Reelman and Reed, check out. And Kim and Whiteside will check in. Now Whiteside quickly heads to the bench. after miscommunication. Kim will serve it up. It's received by Cornus, up to Whitney, over to Knezevich, has it blocked out of bounds. It's a point for St. Norbert. Jack Perhatch on the serve for St. Norbert. It's his first appearance in the match. Knezevich with a big swing, dug out by Kim and sent all the way over. Whitney with a set. Tip at the net by Wilson, and it's down for the kill. Perhatch will stay on serve. Played by Kim, up to Herbst, over to Beard. Beard with the right hand puts it down for the kill. Off of his back foot, no less. He sends it down with authority. Chris Mole will go on serve for the Yellow Jackets. Played up to Whitney, now to Knezevich, and he smashes it out of bounds. But the official said it was deflected by the Yellow Jackets. Point for St. Norbert. It's received by Kim, up to Herbst, over to Whiteside, and he puts it down for the kill. Evan Herbst will drop back to serve it up for the Yellow Jackets. And Knezevich will send it over on a tip. Beard plays it to Herbst, over to Devlin. Devlin with the tip. Handled up to Pakula, now to Knezevich. It's blocked by the Yellow Jackets. St. Norbert keeps it alive. Whitney with a tip. Beard hustles after it. Over to Herbst. Now to Kim, who sends it over on a free ball. And it's quickly played by Wilson. Kept alive by Kim. Herbst will send it over on a free ball. Pakula with a set. Knezevich with a big swing, and it's blocked by the Yellow Jackets. Michael Beard and Colby Whiteside over on that side of the floor for the block. Evan Herbst on serve, played by Conway, up to Pakula, back row attack, smashed out of bounds by Cornus. Point for the Yellow Jackets. Herbst with the serve, played by Knezevich, up to Pakula, over to Whitney, it tipped at the net. It's blocked over the net by the Yellow Jackets. Beard keeps it alive. Reed on the dive. Beard sends it over through a block. Conway keeps it alive up to Pakula. Now to Knezevich. It's blocked down, but it's blocked out of bounds. It's a point for St. Norbert. We're even at 14 here in this fourth set. Jumping serve by Knezevich goes into the net. It's a side out for the Yellow Jackets. Michael Beard will go on serve. Reelman checks back in. Kim will check out. Beard with the ace. Conway frozen by that frozen rope of a shot from Beard. And he didn't even get a chance to come out of his stance before that ball hit the floor. St. Norbert will burn a timeout, trailing 16-14 here in this fourth set. And while we have this break, I want to remind you that today's Yellow Jacket men's volleyball match is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine, proud medical provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. And Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's match is also being brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, the home of the Monday Night Athletics Roadshow. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Thank you for all of your support of BW Athletics and its student athletes. Out of the timeout, Whiteside, Reelman, Reed, Earps, Devlin, and Beard on the floor for the Yellow Jackets. Wilson, Pakula, Whitney, Knezevich, Cornus, and Conway on the floor for St. Norbert. Beard smashes the serve and just misses the line. It's a side out for St. Norbert. Beard had an awful lot behind that serve, just a little bit too much. And now Wilson will go on serve. It's played by Reelman, up to Erbst, over to Devlin. It's blocked out, but Beard keeps it alive with a dive. So does Erbst. Reed sends it over on a free ball. Pakula with a set. Cornus has it blocked at the net. Knezevich keeps it alive. Devlin has his tip blocked. It's now sent over to Reelman. It's blocked down for a St. Norbert point. And that was Wolterstorff with the block and the point. That was a great rally and good net play by both teams. That'll even things up at 16 with Wilson on serve. It's played by Reed, up to Erbst. Whiteside with a tip. It's kept alive by Whitney. Sent over on a free ball, but it's sent out of it. It was sent out of bounds, but off of a deflection from the Yellow Jackets. It's a point for the Green Knights. And they surge ahead, 17-16. Reelman with the reception over to Erbst, and Whiteside puts it down for the kill, evening things up at 17. Wilson checks out. Conway checks in for St. Norbert. And Whiteside goes on serve for the Yellow Jackets. Played by Cornus, up to Pakula, over to Whitney on the tip, and it's down for a St. Norbert point. He got it over Reelman and Moll's block attempt and puts St. Norbert in front, 18-17. Whitney will go on serve now for St. Norbert. It's played by Beard, up to Erbst, over to Devlin, and Devlin puts it down for the kill as he smoked Whitney with that shot. Whitney got his hands on it, but he couldn't get a forearm on it to elevate it. Devlin will go on serve now for the Yellow Jackets. And it's played over the net by Knezevich. Reed sets it up for Erbst, over to Beard, and Beard puts it down for the kill from the back row attack. That gives the Yellow Jackets a 19-18 edge here in this fourth set. They lead it 2-1. Devlin with a chance to build on that 1-point advantage. Knezevich plays it really tight to the net. It's tipped over. Reelman keeps it alive for the Yellow Jackets. Over to Beard, back to Reelman. He hits it through a block. Conway sets it up for Cornus, who sends over a free ball. Yellow Jackets hit it through a block as Nick Reelman comes up with the kill. Devlin stays on serve. And with that, St. Norbert will burn their second timeout of this fourth set. And while we have this break in the action, I want to remind you that today's Yellow Jacket men's volleyball match is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine, proud medical provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, and Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Today's match is also being brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC, your global automotive technology provider. Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, the home of the Monday Night Athletics Roadshow. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Thank you for all of your support of BW Athletics and its student athletes. Out of the St. Norbert timeout, they'll send Wolterstorff, Linares Vizcarra, Conway, Whitney, Cornus, and Knezevich onto the floor. Reed, Herbst, Reelman, Mole, Devlin, and Beard on the floor for the Yellow Jackets. Devlin with the serve, and an infraction is called against St. Norbert. It's a point for the Yellow Jackets. They're up 21-18 now in this fourth set, looking to close things out in this match. Jumping right-handed serve by Devlin. Received by Knezevich, and Cornus can't track it down. It hits into the net. It's a Yellow Jacket point. Devlin with a jumping right-handed serve. Hits off the top of the net. Knezevich sends it up to Whitney. Over to Cornus. Hits it through a block. It's kept alive by Reelman. Reelman tips it over, and St. Norbert will send over a free ball. It's played by Beard, up to Herbst, over to Devlin. Devlin with a free ball, and it's out of bounds off of the Yellow Jackets. Point for St. Norbert. Cornus with the serve. It's received by Reelman. Up to Herbst, back to Reelman, and he smokes a right-handed shot out of bounds. Point for St. Norbert. Cornus with the serve. Reelman with the reception. Gets sent over to Devlin. He hits it through a block and is down for the kill. Aiden Kim will come back on for the Yellow Jackets. Nick Reelman will take a seat. Aiden Kim will go on serve. Tosses it up, hits it over with the right hand. Knezevich plays it to Whitney. Back row attack from Cornus, and it's down inbounds for the St. Norbert point. Jack Perhatch on to serve it up. And it's received by Reed over to Beard now. Beard tried to put it down. It's hit over by Cornhouse. Up to Herb, back to Beard, and it is sent out of bounds by St. Norbert. It's match point for the Yellow Jackets. And it'll be Chris Mole who will serve. Colby Whiteside will come back on for Peyton Reed. Mole hits the ace to clinch the victory. The Yellow Jackets improve to 4-0 on the season. They will take a break for this second round of games. We'll bring you the Loris versus Hilbert contest. And then BW will be back on the floor at roughly 3 p.m. today when they will face Loris, who was a perfect 2-0 on day one of the BW Invitational. Once again, BW closes out the 4-set victory, 20-25, 25-20, 25-11, and 25-21 over St. Norbert, who drops to 1-2 on the season. We're going to step aside for a break, and at roughly 12:30, we'll have the second round of games as Loris and Hilbert will do battle in the 2023 BW Men's Volleyball Invitational.